Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome to a cozy weekend reading vlog where I'm going to try and catch up on some books I wish that I'd read in 2022. So I put a little poll up on Instagram last night. I wasn't sure what I wanted to read this weekend. I knew I had a couple of days just to relax, and I thought, should I read this year's releases? Should I read the books last year that I didn't get around to read, or should I just go back and read the oldest books on my TBR? So I thought I'll put the poll up, and I've just checked it, and currently it says books that came out last year that I didn't get round to. So that is my aim for the weekend. First of all though, I'm going to go up and have a bath and hair wash, and I'll probably catch up with you upstairs. By the way, this is the jigsaw that I'm doing, but all the shapes are just ridiculous. Normally I would do the edges first. I haven't been able to do the edges first. This is the first jigsaw I have not been able to, so I sort of just did the bulbs first, then the birds. I've just done the cabin this morning, and well, not the cabin, the birdhouse. Yeah, this is like one of the hardest jigsaws I think I have ever done, but I am determined. So I'm not running a bath. I thought let's maybe read a page or two of a book, and I'm choosing to start with Made in Manhattan. This is by Laura Lane. It came out last year. I initially got it sent to me on Kindle via NetGalley, but I quite fancied my own copy. I was quite optimistic. And this came up in the 3 for £6 sale in the works, and I was like, yeah, let's give it a go. So it says, raised in the privileged world of Upper East Side Manhattan, Violet Townsend always says the right things, wears the right clothes, and never rocks the boat. So when a friend of her beloved grandmother asks Violet to teach her newly discovered grandson how to fit in with the city's elite, Violet immediately agrees. Her task? To prepare Kane Stone to take his place as heir to his family's company. But he's not exactly an eager student. Born and raised in rural Louisiana, Kane is only playing along for the payout at the end. He's not interested in a relationship with the grandmother he just met, and has no patience for the uppity Violet's attempts to turn him into a suit-wearing, museum-attending gentleman. But somewhere between antagonistic dinner parties and tortured tux fittings, Kane and Violet begin to find a begrudging respect for each other, and perhaps even something more. So I assume we're kind of going enemies to lovers here, which isn't a trope that I've read too much of. Yes, there's a little bit of it in the Love Hypothesis, arguably, and then Love on the Brain. So is this a trope that I'm now getting into? We shall see. And if anyone's wondering how cheeky little Duke is, he's doing so well. His stitches, everything's healing up really nicely. It's just been over a week. It was a week yesterday since his procedure, and he's doing really, really well. He's had one checkup at the vets. They were very happy with him, and he's got another one next week. But yeah, he's recovering really well. He's as cheeky as ever. As you can see, the ball's out, although he's not really allowed to play ball with his stitches, but I couldn't take his toys away, so I don't mind him carrying it around a little bit, bless him. But yeah, my main man's doing well, aren't you, honey? Feel better, feel cleaner. I'm gonna have something to eat. I'm gonna do the jigsaw for maybe about half hour, 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna get deep into a book. I'm 3 chapters in. It's quite fast paced. So we've met Kane now. He's a bit of an arse. There's kind of a love triangle, but I use the word love there a little bit loosely. It was kind of I don't know. There's been a little bit of sexual tension between the two already, and this is what I mean. It is actually really quite fast paced. I'm only about 30 pages in, and a lot seems to have happened. But I'm very concerned that in a book that I don't think is quite 300 pages, is it going to be a rush story, or are we now about to sort of slow it down and really get into it? But so far it's fine. I will catch up with you when I've read some more. So it's 3:15 and I'm halfway through Made in Manhattan. Am I loving it? No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, the issue that I've got is I'm not gelling with the characters. And I don't mind the predictability of the story. You go into a lot of these books, you know who's going to end up with who, and that's fine. You like the journey, you like the characters, and it's great. And I think that's why I really quite like the Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain, is not only did I like the story, I actually really like the characters. We got to know them quite well, and you were rooting for them. You wanted them to end up together. Here, you just know what's going to happen. But I'm not sure. I feel we know the characters a little bit more now. It was a bit rushed at the beginning, but we're getting to know them more. But I just don't really care, which is such a shame. It really is, because I think if the characters were slightly different, this would be a really funny and really sweet romance that's just got something missing, which is a shame. I still plan on reading it this weekend. I am going to finish it, but I think I need a break. So I want something a bit lighter. I've picked up a graphic novel. I've got Lock and Key, The Golden Age. Now, I got this at Yout last year, and this was released last year, and I only paid £1 for it when I bought another book. So, you know, it's cool, but I think a graphic novel is just what I need. I think we need something a little bit light. So, what does it say? For generations, the Locke family has walked the dark corridors of Key House, unlocking its wonders and mysteries. 5 masterfully crafted tales. Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. They explore a bygone era from the Lock and Key saga. 3 prequel short stories. Sandman crossover at one point. Each of these individual stories provides a glimpse into the lives of the Locke family ancestors from the early 20th century as they use the keys to fight battles big and small. From the killing fields of Europe during World War I to the depths of hell, the Locke struggle desperately to keep the dark forces of their world at bay. It's only a couple of 100 pages. I think this just might be a chilled hour or two, and I'm going to get into it. Oh, that is tiny writing.
You have an unfair disadvantage.
So I've just finished Made in Manhattan. It's a lot later now. It's about 5:30, and I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to sort some dinner out in a minute. I was reading Lock and Key, and then I got up to sort some washing out, and Duke then just resettled on my lap. And Lock and Key is a lot bigger than this book, and I just couldn't work that out. I'd have to lean it on Duke, and I wasn't going to do that, so I went back to Made in Manhattan. And you know what? It was all right. I've rounded it out to 4 on Goodreads, but it's probably more a 3.5. I think the last 7 or 8 chapters pulled it up from a 3. I like, you know, we all know what the ending was going to be, but I like how it did play out. I really, in the end, liked the character development from Violet and Kane. And I wasn't sure because that took a long time to get going. But I think the author has gone the right way with the characters there. And yeah, I did actually truthfully enjoy it. So I'm pleased that I read it. I don't know whether I should just continue with Lock and Key in a little while now or I should pick up something else. But so far, so good on a reading front today, but I'm getting hungry. So sorting out more washing, sorting out some food, and I'll catch up with you a bit later. It's 20 to 9 and I have just finished Lock and Key. And I'm shattered now, so I am done on the reading front for the night. But I don't really know how I felt about this. I think this is going to end up with a 3-star. There were bits that I really, really enjoyed. And then there were bits that I was finding really, really boring. And I was like, oh. And then it just got really good again. So, yeah, it was mixed. It was mixed. But I'm pleased that I finally read it. That's me definitely done the reading tonight. So I should catch up with you tomorrow, where we'll read something else from 2022. Hello, it's Sunday morning, and I don't know my plans yet for the day, but I'm up and dressed, ready for whatever I decide to do. But reading-wise, I would like to start, if not finish, another book that I really wanted to read last year when it came out, and that is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I am very excited by this book. This is a follow-on to It Ends With Us, which was a 5-star for me. I absolutely loved it. And there we met Lily, and we joined her with her relationship with Ryle, and then there was a look back on a previous lover or boyfriend, Atlas. and I believe Atlas is a feature of this book. But I'm not going to read the description, I'm just going to go into this as it is and hopefully have a very good time. So I will catch up with you a bit later. Unusual part of the jigsaw. So it's about 1 o'clock now. I did go visit my parents and then I went food shopping. I've now got food for about 4 days, which is great. I came home, started doing some jigsaw, listened to the first 7 pages of It Starts With Us by audiobook whilst doing jigsaw. And then Duke decided that he wanted to get involved, as you would have just seen, and he wants some attention. So the jigsaw's gone away, the audiobook's gone away. I'm now going to sit and read the physical book with somebody, getting some cuddles, and that's how I plan on spending my afternoon. So I'll catch up with you later. So it's a bit later now and I am almost halfway through It Starts With Us, and I am quite enjoying it. I'm not loving it as much as I did It Ends With Us, but I am still enjoying it, and I think I know what's going to happen, but I'm looking forward to seeing it play out. However, I need to start getting up again, cooking dinner, because we're going to have an evening in the office. So I'm going to round this vlog off now. I hope you enjoyed my little vlog of trying to catch up on a few books that I wish that I'd read last year. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. Leave me a random emoji of something that's happened during your week, or that you've seen this week, or that you've eaten or drunk this week. Just anything really random. And if you like this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to, please do hit subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!